Hey my cookies, today I am going to show you how to make the best fork tender pot roast. You won't need any other recipe but the one from your girl. Alright, let's cook baby. Here's the star of our show. This is a 3-pound boneless chuck roast. I'm going to season him up. Don't worry about his color. He was frozen and I thawed him out, so that's why he's not as red, but it's good, I promise. I'm using some onion powder, garlic powder, a little basil. I'll have all of that in the link in that description box. Okay, cookies, I think we should name the roast Rob. Okay, so make sure you get into all of Rob's little nooks and crannies. That didn't sound right, but you know what your girl means. And now we're going to add some seasoning salt, or in my case, Cajun spices. And you do it on both sides. Season both sides well. And don't forget about the edges. Lay them edges, boo. Now put homeboy in some flour. Give homie a good sprinkling and pat down on all sides, then shake off the excess. Now at the stove, I'm using my Dutch oven. If you don't have a Dutch oven, use a skillet. And I've already added in my olive oil. I'm also using some butter. The butter I'm using, I know it looks kind of weird, but it's garlic and herb butter. I love it. I forgot to buy garlic cloves, so this butter is going to help your girl out with the flavor. But if you don't have this or can't find it, regular butter is fine, and you can just throw in some garlic cloves. And we're going to melt this butter down on medium heat. The olive oil will help keep the butter from burning. And now, after the butter has melted, we're going to add in our homie, Rob the roast. And we're going to leave him alone and let him brown for about 4 minutes. Now give him a flip and we're going to brown the other side. Once he has browned on all sides, take him out, put it on a plate or something, and let him chill on the sideline. Time to add in the flavor. We're going to drop in some onions, bell peppers, and some celery. Stir them around for a few minutes. Now a tablespoon of tomato paste. And now the beef broth. You know the wino in me wanted to use a cup of red wine, but I was like, nah, we just gonna keep it simple for the cookies today with this beef broth. But y'all, if you want to, throw in a cup of that red wine. Once you have a little simmer going, bring big ball of shot caller Rob back to the pot, lay him in there. And right before we put him in a 300-degree oven for about 1 hour and 20 minutes, we're going to add in our herbs. I have some fresh thyme and some fresh rosemary. And now we bake. After 1 hour of baking, I took him out and now I'm just removing the stems of the herbs. Now we flip it over, put the lid back on, and put it back into the oven for another 20 minutes before we add in the vegetables. Oh, and cookies, if you don't have a Dutch oven, you can do the browning in a skillet and then put everything in a roasting pan. Then cover the pan with some foil. Y'all, this smells so good, I just have to tell you. And now I'm adding in some carrots and potatoes. Now put the foil or the lid on. Put it back in the oven for another hour or until everything is tender. And cookies, you will have the best pot roast ever. And it's so fork tender. Like, look at this. Just look. Knife for what, boo? For what? Thank you guys so much for watching. The recipe link will be in the description box as always. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Until next time, cookies, I love you. Be blessed.